Picture this. Two ambitious professionals, let's call them Maya and Tariq, walk into the exact same networking event. Now they work at the exact same company, they hold the exact same degree. Heck, on paper, their qualifications are basically identical. But fast forward 60 minutes, and the reality looks completely different. Maya leaves with 3 new business cards, 2 highly valuable connections, and, out of nowhere, an invitation to speak at an upcoming conference. And Tariq? Well, Tariq kind of just quietly slips out the back door early, entirely unnoticed. So what exactly is going on here? Because I promise you, this isn't a story about luck. It's a story about human psychology. What exactly did Maya know that Tariq didn't? The answer actually boils down to a truly staggering number, 39, as in 39 milliseconds. That is literally how long it takes for the human brain to make a subconscious judgment about your personal attractiveness. I mean, before you even have the chance to clear your throat or introduce yourself, the people around you have already formed a solid opinion. Now, normally, when we hear the word attractiveness, we instantly assume we're talking about genetic destiny, right? Like you're stuck with the face you were born with. But the science actually tells a totally different story. Personal attractiveness and magnetism, they are actually highly trainable behaviors. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are going to unpack the 5 research-based secrets to instantly increase personal attractiveness. I am genuinely so excited to share this with you today because we are completely skipping the fluff, we're tossing out the pop psychology, and we're looking strictly at peer-reviewed science that you can start applying to your own life literally the moment this explainer is over. So here is our roadmap for today. We're going to be covering the honesty halo, the familiarity factor, the red signal, the voice advantage, and finally, the confidence posture. All right, let's jump right in with secret number 1, the honesty halo. So get this, your character actually changes the physical way people perceive your face. In a genuinely fascinating 2023 study published in the journal PLOS ONE, researchers took photos of total strangers and showed them to participants. But there was a little catch. They told one group that the person in the photo was deeply honest, and they told another group that the very same person was deceptive. The result? The faces labeled as honest were rated significantly more physically attractive. Literally the same photo, completely different ratings. Why does this happen? Well, our ancient human brain wiring is constantly scanning our environment for safety. Predictable, honest behavior signals that safety, which our primitive brain then translates as a sign of good genes and reliability. So yeah, honesty literally makes you look better. Bringing this all back to our 2 professionals, Maya totally embodies this honesty halo. If she's asked a question in a big meeting and she doesn't know the answer, she's straightforward about it. She just says, I don't know, but I'll find out. Her authenticity acts like a magnet. People naturally lean in because her behavior is just predictably safe. Tariq, on the other hand, is constantly performing. He's always overselling his skills, aggressively nodding, even when he's completely lost. And that subtle, kind of low-level deception, it actually pushes people away on a hardwired neurological level. Moving right along to secret number 2, the familiarity factor. To really understand this one, we have to look back at psychologist Robert Zajonc's famous 1968 experiments. He brilliantly illustrated what's known as the mere exposure effect. Essentially, he proved that simply being repeatedly exposed to a face automatically increases its attractiveness to the viewer. The participants in his study didn't even know why they liked the faces they saw more often. They just did. But here is the absolute most critical part you need to understand. This effect is logarithmic. That means showing up consistently early on compounds your attractiveness incredibly fast. The more people see you, the more appealing you become. Visibility all by itself is a superpower. Let's look at how this plays out in the real world. Maya uses visibility as a deliberate, calculated social strategy. You see her chatting in the hallways, she's active on Slack, she actually goes to the team lunches, and she is always present in morning stand-ups. She is building compound interest in her attractiveness just by being a familiar face. Now, Tariq mistakenly believes his output should just speak for itself. He stays fully remote, keeps his camera off during Zoom calls, and regularly declines calendar invites. By deliberately remaining invisible, Tariq is walking right into a trap. He is missing out on the absolute easiest, most scientifically proven way to become more likable. All right, now we arrive at secret number 3, the red signal. I absolutely love this one because it's such a game changer. Let's talk about the landmark 2008 study by psychologist Andrew Elliot and Niesta. They found that viewing someone against a red background drastically increased their perceived attractiveness. Now, why red? Well, in primates and humans, blood flushing to the skin, giving off a reddish hue, is an ancient biological shortcut. It signals testosterone, arousal, genetic fitness, and high status. And even more amazing, there was a 2018 analysis of over 500 participants on the TV show First Dates, and it showed that people instinctively wore significantly more red on their actual dates than they did in their pre-date interviews. Nobody told them to do this. Their brains just instinctively used color as a status signal. Now, don't worry, you don't need to dress head to toe in crimson like a giant stop sign to make this work for you. Just take a page out of Maya's book. She uses a single, deep red anchor piece, like a sharp red blazer or maybe a scarf, during high-stakes presentations to just instinctively command attention. It triggers a literal biological respect in her audience. Tariq, meanwhile, goes with entirely gray attire. I mean, it's competent, sure, but it is visually totally forgettable, and it completely fails to broadcast any biological signals of status. Next up on our list is secret number 4, the voice advantage. A 2022 study in Frontiers in Psychology revealed that individuals with attractive voices are consistently rated as more likable, more dominant, and vastly more trustworthy. As the old saying goes, beauty is not only in the eyes, it's in the ears. In fact, a 2024 scientific report study found that our brains integrate facial and vocal cues simultaneously to form one single verdict on attractiveness. This means you could be wearing the most beautifully tailored outfit with a great physical presence, but if your voice sounds anxious or rushed or strained, boom, it instantly overrides that great visual impression. The good news is your voice is a highly trainable instrument. Maya actually uses 3 simple, actionable steps to sound warmly authoritative. Step 1, she slows down by roughly 20%. Why? Because speaking too fast naturally reads as anxiety. Step 2, she speaks from her chest. She drops her register to create resonance rather than speaking tightly up in her throat. And step 3, she pauses with purpose. She lets the silence do the heavy lifting right before making a key point. Tariq, unfortunately, does the exact opposite. Under pressure, his voice rises rapidly in both pitch and pace, which just broadcasts sheer nervousness to the entire room. And finally, we've made it to secret number 5, the confidence posture. We are looking at some truly incredible research here from the Journal of Drugs in Dermatology that directly links your body's openness to ancient genetic fitness signals. Actually, I want you to consider your own body language right now as you're listening to this. Are you hunched over? Because confidence isn't just this internal feeling. It is a neurological signal you are actively broadcasting to other people in mere milliseconds. A closed posture, hunched shoulders, crossed arms, that broadcasts a literal threat signal to the nervous systems of everyone around you. But an open posture, upright, open chest, relaxed gaze, that broadcasts a safety and status signal that immediately lights up the reward centers in the brains of your peers. And it goes way beyond just how you stand. A really fascinating study from the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences proved that authentic openness and emotional transparency significantly increased attraction. Maya succeeds not by being the loudest person in the room, but by being the most present and emotionally transparent. When people can easily read your warmth, they just naturally trust you. It proves that playing the whole mysterious or aloof card is actually far less attractive than just projecting genuine, readable warmth. Okay, let's tie this whole shebang together. Personal magnetism isn't just genetic luck. It's a toolkit. It's a specific set of psychological signals that you can intentionally start broadcasting today. You can build the honesty halo by acting with predictable integrity. You can leverage the familiarity factor by simply showing up and being visible. You can utilize the red signal to trigger that ancient biological respect. You can train your voice advantage to project calm authority. And you can adopt the confidence posture to broadcast safety and status into literally every room you enter. So, as we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a little something to chew on. You now have the science, you have the roadmap, and we've seen the very clear difference between Maya's intentionality and Tariq's passive approach. So ask yourself, which of these 5 secrets actually surprised you the most? Take a quick second to pinpoint your biggest takeaway, and then, more importantly, figure out which one you're going to test out in your very next meeting. Keep exploring the fascinating world of human power dynamics, and we'll catch you next time.